Imagine a tiny studio apartment, crammed with 24 people. Men, women, children of different ages, personalities, and backgrounds all living together at once. Chaos, right? Now imagine that, instead of a room, these 24 people share a single body. That was the reality of William Billy Milligan, the real-life subject of Daniel Keyes' biographical novel, The Minds of Billy Milligan. Billy wasn't just another troubled man. In fact, he became the first person in U.S. history to be found not guilty of serious crimes due to multiple personality disorder, now known as dissociative identity disorder. Four psychiatrists and a psychologist all testified that Billy's body housed 24 distinct people. Some believed Billy was truly suffering. Others were convinced he was a manipulative con artist acting his way out of prison. But what was the truth? The crimes that unraveled a mind. In October 1977, fear gripped the area near Ohio State University. In just 2 weeks, 3 young women had been assaulted and forced to withdraw all their money. The evidence pointed to Billy Milligan. Police disguised themselves as pizza delivery men and knocked on his door. To their surprise, Billy barely resisted. But once inside the apartment, officers found something odd. The place looked like it had several residents. Medical and psychology books hinted at an academic. Paintbrushes and stunning artwork suggested a skilled painter. Musical instruments, a saxophone, a snare drum, hinted at a musician. Toolkits filled with electronics hinted at an engineer. And hidden among it all, firearms and ammo hinted at someone trained in combat. Most damning of all were the stolen credit cards of 2 victims, clear evidence linking Billy to the crimes. Yet, what unfolded in custody was stranger than anything police had imagined. Impossible feats, unbelievable strength. When first sent to jail, Billy was handcuffed to another inmate, but somehow slipped out of the cuffs before arriving. After a suicide attempt, guards zipped him into a tight safety suit, yet somehow he escaped and folded the suit into a pillow. During one session in the recreation room, Billy walked straight up to a punching bag and launched into a flurry of punches. For 19 minutes and 30 seconds. The local deputy was stunned. No normal person could throw punches like that for over 3 minutes, let alone 20. His strength was inhuman. Moments later, Billy's demeanor would shift from that of a battle-hardened man to a terrified child. His emotions were unpredictable, his reactions baffling. That's when psychologists were brought in. And what they uncovered astonished everyone. A mind of many faces. Billy's body wasn't home to just one person. It housed 24 distinct identities, each with its own age, gender, language, talents, and memories. The first 9 were discovered early in treatment. 1. Billy Milligan. The original identity. A confused, troubled man who lost control of his body after a suicide attempt at age 16. From then on, others took over while he slept. 2. Arthur. A 24-year-old Brit with a refined accent. Intellectual and composed, Arthur was the caretaker of the system. A self-taught expert in medicine, physics, and fluent in Arabic. He decided who could appear and when. 3. Regan Videskavonic, a Slavic weapons expert and karate master who spoke Serbian-Croatian. Regan was responsible for physical defense. He was the one punching the bag with superhuman endurance. 4. Christine, a 3-year-old British girl with golden hair. She was the first alter to appear, and often came out when Billy was punished as a child. Christopher, Christine's 13-year-old brother, soft-spoken and a harmonica player. 6. Alan, an 18-year-old extrovert who handled social interactions. He drew portraits, played the drums, and was the only right-handed and smoking alter. 7. Tommy, a 16-year-old escape artist and electronics expert with messy blonde hair. Could pick locks and escape restraints. Danny, a fearful 14-year-old with blue eyes, scared of strangers and crucial to the discovery of the disorder. 9. David, an 8-year-old boy who emerged only when the body was in pain. Billy's mind is like a dark stage with a spotlight. Whoever is in the spotlight is in control. The others are hidden in the dark and can't feel or remember anything. Billy doesn't know about the others. He just thinks he sometimes loses time. An external show of inner chaos. To outside observers, the transitions were bizarre. Billy would stare blankly, muttering to himself, his voice changing mid-sentence, his body adopting different stances. Sometimes, he even talked to himself, though it was different identities speaking through the same mouth. Though most personalities cooperated, some were banned by Arthur for violent or disruptive behavior. These undesirables weren't allowed in the spotlight, but they sometimes broke through. One such alter was Adelana, a 19-year-old woman who took control during one of Ragan's lapses. It was she who committed the sexual assaults, not Billy or Ragan. Ragan had only intended to steal money to pay bills, but Adelana made the choice of victims. The emergence of the teacher. During treatment, one final entity emerged, a personality who called himself the teacher. He was 27 and appeared to be a fusion of all 23 others, holding nearly complete memories of Billy's life. It was with the teacher's help that Daniel Keyes completed the minds of Billy Milligan. Fragmented minds? Or whole people? Medically, the identities in Billy's body were considered fragments of a single personality. But Arthur and Alan both disagreed. They insisted they were real people. And why not? They had their own voices, beliefs, talents, even accents and writing styles. Arthur spoke with a posh British accent and wrote fluent Arabic. Ragan's Slavic accent was so authentic it convinced professionals. Christine, a toddler, behaved like a scared little girl. If each had their own body, would we not call them individuals? When one alter took control, even Billy's physical attributes changed. Ragan's strength surged with adrenaline. When David was in control, the body was too weak to push a cart. Tommy, the escape artist, could contort and twist like a seasoned magician. Could it be that the body is more fluid than we think? Malleable to the mind inhabiting it? Billy Milligan's story is more than just a tale of crime and controversy. It's a profound exploration of the human psyche. Is identity a single thread or a tapestry of voices? Can the mind truly shape the body? And if these people inside Billy were real, then what does that say about who we really are? In 2023, Apple TV announced a series titled The Crowded Room, inspired by the minds of Billy Milligan. And truly, if one man can house 24 lives, then every mind might be more crowded than we think.
Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Share it, because some stories are meant to be discovered together. And stay curious. I'll see you in the next chapter.